Hey everybody. So ever since I moved into the new home, I've noticed that, especially on cold nights, there's definitely a good bit of a cold draft coming in behind this microwave. So I'm just going to go ahead and remedy that, and I'll show you what's going on. Okay, so now we're outside on the side porch, and this is the vent on the side of the house for the microwave. Since it's an over-range microwave, it has a built-in fan. If you don't have an over-range microwave, it would be your range vent hood. Vent's outside, and this right here has no damper. Now there is a damper, there is like a little metal damper on the back of the microwave. However, it does not stop cold air from getting in. So we're going to be replacing it with one that does indeed have a damper. So although this particular home here is actually a manufactured home, although it was built with a lot of materials they would have in a house, this was a pretty high-end home back in its time. It still did have a few mobile / manufactured home specific items, like for example this, the bathroom fans, that kind of stuff were all the typical mobile / manufactured home stuff, which is made by a company called Ventline or Dexter. So I went through a mobile home supplier parts house and got a drop-in replacement. They actually have one in almond, which is the perfect color for this house. So we're going to take this old one off. And it has 1/4 inch bolts on it. We'll need to save these screws, by the way. Okay, there was one screw that was apparently stripped in there, but now we got to pull this off of here, which I'll need a screwdriver for that. Okay, now comes the old one. I can see why that one screw didn't want to go in. Doesn't really have much anything to go into. Alright, so what we'll do is we're going to remove the old caulking, which mostly came off with the vent. So this home has cedar lap siding, which I don't think is super common on manufactured homes. Use a razor blade to try to get that stuff off there. It looks almost as if they used plumber's putty to put this on. Which I'm not sure if that was really the right product, but now I'll go ahead and test fit the new vent. In this one here, it has these little things you can turn to actually lock the damper closed. So you can see now it opens and closes, but it can be locked shut if necessary. Alright, so we'll do a quick little test fit of the new vent. see there is how it fits. It is ever so slightly different in size. It's actually seems to be a little bit wider, maybe just a tad shorter, which I think will be just fine. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to have to apply caulk, apply a good bit of it actually, around this opening. That way we can ensure a good seal. Okay, so now I'm going to pop this back in. Take this extra silicone and just run along the top here and make sure we have plenty where it needs to be. The top part is especially the most important. I should note for this I used the GE number 2 clear silicone. So it's going to put the screws back in. We'll start the first few on the corners, and then we'll tighten them in all the way. Alright, we'll tighten these down all the way on the corners. Careful not to over tighten. Okay, so now all I need to do is get something I can stand on and make sure we got a good seal on the top. Everything looks good up here. It's actually a good thing this new one was a tad wider. So flatten out this silicone that squeezed out when it was tightened down. And that is it. That's all we need to do. So I should mention this part was like less than $20. I'm not the biggest fan of being plastic. However, I will say that this side of the house gets the least amount of sunlight. Although the product does say that the plastic is designed to be UV resistant. Obviously, it's supposed to be on the outside. So that's it. So the silicone generally, I'm going to say, needs about 24 hours for full cure. So do this when there's no rain in the forecast. So That being said, that is how a vent for a range hood is replaced. So I'll go ahead and test the vent real quick, and you'll see that flap open up, or it should open right up. And as you can see, the vent opens right up, and when I shut the fan off, it should close right up. There's a different look at it. So the old one was slightly longer, and the new one was slightly wider, so you can see there's a little bit of a gap there in the paint on the siding, but got the whole thing siliconed in, so it should be good to go. So anyways, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.